This is Goku-Sun DBZ, and it is Thursday night. I just got home just a short bit ago from spending some time with a few of my friends, which is nice because I don't get too much of a chance to do it. Luckily, I made plans in advance back about 3 weeks ago, plus other stuff I had to do earlier today. I made in advance, which is good. But let's get tonight's vlog started. The topic of tonight is talk radio. I meant to do a vlog in the past about the subject of talk radio, and I'll be curious to see how much response I get from this video. So far, the most response I've gotten from any video was my one from last week. It's called Unions, Good or Bad. I got a few responses from actually the same person. But on tonight's topic, it will be, yes, about talk radio. And one thing I find interesting about talk radio is how hosts, conservative hosts on talk radio, your conspiracy theorists and your other types of conservatives on talk radio, that they like to talk like that talk radio is doing very well and the ratings are doing excellent, when in fact that is not the case. In fact, talk radio ratings are starting to go down, at least for certain individuals. One, Glenn Beck is losing some ratings, which I'm happy to hear about this, because I think Glenn Beck is a loony, and I think somebody needs to check him into the insane asylum. But at the same time, I realize whether it's a conservative or a liberal on talk radio or on cable news, mainstream, either way you go, I think they try to cause controversy, because if you look, usually when they try to cause a little bit more controversy than normal, it tends to be when they've got like a new book coming out. Usually, I mean, think about it. Glenn Beck's got what, 6, 7 New York Times bestsellers. I think that's just coincidental that he's always involved himself in some type of controversy. No, it's not coincidence. It's called marketing. And he understands that because he supports, remember, capitalism, which is all about the almighty dollar. In other words, corruption. And there is something that was once said: the love of money is the root of all evil. Now, in culture and in general, I have to agree, yes, this is very much a fact. I am definitely getting sick and tired of people bashing me, saying they this and that don't go by the Constitution. Well, keep in mind, the Constitution by the Founding Fathers of this nation was done over 300 years ago, mind you, back when slavery was legal. So are they trying to say that they want to bring slavery back if they want to go by strictly the Founding Fathers? Keep in mind, pretty much most of your Founding Fathers were slave owners. And I have to say that I find it disgusting. And political parties, I can't stand the Republicans, because in general they are about money, money, money for the wealthy. Keep in mind, a good chunk of your Republicans are wealthy, but then again, keep in mind also quite a few Democrats are wealthy. You think they got to be in political power without having money? No, that's not the case. Keep in mind that in a capitalist or oligarchy political system that we have, of course, keep in mind that it makes it where only the wealthy can get in high-ranking political office. I mean, normal people might have a shot at local positions, maybe their city or county or something. But if you want to go for like a congressman, senator, governor, president, you gotta have a lot of money. And if you don't have too much money yourself, that means you have to get special interest groups to back you up. With, of course, the Republicans, it's the big corporations, the pharmaceutical industry, or the private contractors with the military. Or, in the case of Democrats, the big giant public unions, which of course I stated in the last vlog, that I support unions, but I mainly support the small private unions. I'm not a big supporter of the giant public unions, because the mass majority of your public ones happen to have corrupted officials in charge. The small private ones have a little bit more rules in place to make sure corruption doesn't spread like in the big ones. But yes, but on the topic also of political parties, of course you have the libertarians, which are, some of them are, no offense, kind of nuts. I mean, some libertarians have talked about, of course, having a wall dividing U.S. and Mexico. Okay, maybe that doesn't seem bad because of your drug cartels and stuff. But also some of them talk about having a wall dividing U.S. and Canada. Excuse me, what do we have to fear from Canada, may I ask? They're very peaceful and polite. I have quite a few Canadians, in fact, on my friends list. So, yeah. Don't appreciate that. And try to cut us off from the world market. That's nuts. How you expect us to compete if we're not in the world market, may I ask? But on the topic of talk radio, yes. Sean Hannity wants to say he's part of a party called the Conservative Party in New York. When in fact, if you look, he used to be a Republican, and he's very biased for the Republicans, if you ever watch his show or listen to him on talk radio. Of course, then you've got the loony conspiracy theorist Glenn Beck, which is, I mean, don't get me wrong, I think on issues of like family values and stuff, he is a good person, at least as a father and stuff, at least in the family area. But also, then again, keep in mind that that's not what I'm judging him on. I'm judging him on his political views and his other topics, like Colin. He basically, in past stuff, called groups like Greenpeace communists. What? Greenpeace communists? I think he's been drinking too much weird Kool-Aid, if you ask me. He's gone completely loony. And, by the way, he wants to bash socialism. He wants to try to talk like socialism is Marxism. What? Socialism is the truth. It is the future of the world. Just in case Glenn Beck missed a few things, socialism in general has done quite well for a few countries. I'm speaking of nations like France, also thinking of nations like Germany. Germany is a socialist/capitalist nation. What they have is called a federal republic. Of course, the republic part representing capitalism and the federal part representing socialism. That's what a federal republic is. Of course, then you've also got constitutional monarchies, such as England, Belgium, Spain. Of course, not doing too well for Spain right now. But things overall are still reasonably sturdy in England. Belgium's not too bad, I think, anyways. But, also on other talk radio people. I cannot stand the #1 rated person on talk radio. He's a very vulgar and very rude person. His name is Rush Limbaugh. Don't like him one little bit. And I hate his attitude. And I think he's a very, very mean person. If you just listen to him on radio, he's kind of out there too, with some of the others, if you ask me. But keep in mind, that's just my view. I'm not trying to enforce my views on anyone else. The last conservative person is another conspiracy theorist like Glenn Beck. But I think a few of his viewpoints actually make logical sense, and the difference is you don't see him on the mainstream American media like MSNBC, CNN, or Fox News. Instead, he is seen more on groups like RT News, Russia Today America. He's seen on the alternative, more privatized ones. His name is Alex Jones. He makes sense on a few of his theories, but a lot of his other theories are kind of out there. But I decided to check him out because a friend of mine told me about him. So I decided to check him out at his website, Infowars.com. Interesting theories. At least he did get a few things right on one thing he talked about, which was the symbol, the swastika, and its true history and origins. At least it's nice to hear somebody that on the right that actually has a little bit of logical common sense. But yes. But of course I'll be getting ready to get off in about, I've only got about 3 minutes left of video time, so I'll get ready to end this. As always, of course, hopefully everyone out there, may you all blessed be, and also my prayers, and I hope a lot of other people out there, may everybody's prayers and hopes be with the people of Japan right now, because they really need it. They really need, regardless of religion, everyone, they need prayers, and they really need people's hearts with them right now. That's one reason why I also kind of angry at Glenn Beck right now for a comment he made the other day on his talk radio show. He's a very rude individual. But I'll get ready to cut this up. But I hope everyone has a safe weekend, of course. And just may you all be safe out there. And here is a little bit of a piece, if I can find it, play about a minute of it anyways. Where is it? This is a piece from a group I like. It's called New York City. And have you noticed something about talk radio, that a lot of your talk radio hosts start with rock music? It's because they're trying to connect with the youth. It's all tactics. And P.S. It was just announced on news that Hillary is not seeking to be re-elected as the Secretary of State, and considering Obama's polls are now dropping because he has not been very strong in Libya and other issues, says to me, Obama better watch out in 2012 for the Democrat nomination, Because mark my words, Hillary is running. At least from the way things are looking, I think she will run. And if she does, I can honestly say I will be voting in the primaries in 2012 for Hillary Clinton. Because she is a backer of the gay community. And as a bi, and most of my friends are gay, I have to say, it makes me happy. So I really do hope Hillary wins. So peace out. Goku Sun DBZ signing out.